I'll do it myself.
Let's get right into it. Now, normally I'm a fairly positive guy. As much as this game is presented, challenge after challenge, for me, it has just gone downhill. The multiplayer experience, quite frankly, is a mixed bag of good and bad, depending on the day or even the time of day you play. I learned long ago that I prefer DMZ to multiplayer, but this isn't about DMZ. I'm a hardcore gamer by nature. I really enjoy getting the max potential out of a game. I think most of the casual players, playing Call of Duty MW2, hop right into quick play or either solo or with a couple of buddies. They don't explore a lot of the other game types, in the menu. I decided I was going to try a few of them. I wanted to explore the game and give a fuller critique, than your typical COD commentator, including myself. Now, there were some modes I definitely enjoyed more so than others. The gameplay in the background will show some of them. For me, this was a refreshing change of pace and much welcomed. I mentioned earlier that I consider myself a hardcore gamer. Typically, when I had the chance, I would hop on for 2, 3, or even 8-hour sessions. Grinding camos and ranking up weapons, that sort of thing. The ultimate goal was to unlock polyatomic and be done. Once I got there, I decided to finish it out and unlock Orion. Through all of that, I noticed that I would play less and less each outing. What was once upwards of 8 hours would now top off around 4 hours and eventually dwindle down to maybe 2 hours. Now it's down to how long I can stand playing before the bullshit starts happening. It could be 3 matches or it could be 6. I've been grinding hardcore shipment to unlock camos faster, but that's a shit show unto itself. Have you ever played hardcore drop zone? That's just pure chaos. If you get caught in the wrong spawn cycle on shipment, you are screwed. You get smoked before you can fully spawn in. Now, bear with me here because this is going somewhere. Once I get tired of, the shipment madness, I will go over to regular hardcore. It's quite a bit slower on the camo rank up, but the flip side of it is you don't have teammates hopping in front of you or spawning in front of you, as you're shooting an enemy, resulting in a team kill. Now, mind you, you will still run into idiots that are purposely team killing you or standing in front of you trying to bait you into something. Why? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. However, I noticed that the longer I play MW2 multiplayer, the more I realized the only reason I play it is for the camo grind. To finish it out and get that elusive medallion for completing Orion on all the weapons. There is no inherent reason for me to play multiplayer other than that. If you don't have that completionist mentality, if you could care less about camos, tell me why you still play multiplayer. Is it ranked play? Is it Warzone 2? What is it? I see why many before me have called this game dog shit and a list of other derogatory names. I understand why they stopped playing it altogether. The game offered them nothing worth their time. Nothing to keep them engaged. It is not a rewarding experience. I had to make the game rewarding for myself. Had to find something to keep going. Something to grind for. SBMM and EOMM drove people away. The lack of slide canceling and nerfed movement further pushed people away. I ran to DMZ or even Ground War. Sniping on Ground War is actually fun for me since I'm not a quick scoper at all by any means. I've played TDM, Domination, Invasion, Prisoner Rescue, Knockout, Hardpoint, S&D, Free-for-all, Headquarters, Control, and Kill Confirmed. You name it. Time and time again, I found myself playing my usual modes and third person whenever they decided to put it back in as an option. I mean, for the love of God, leave it in permanently, for goodness sakes. You know, grind, infected, bounty, ground war infected have no attraction for me at all. If these poor offerings weren't enough to drive me away from the game, say hello to the skins and bundles. You know, I'm all in on weapon skins and tuning types, but miss me with the rat head and other goofy ass skins. There is a certain amount of immersion that I like in games. Me personally, so I'm speaking from that standpoint, I cannot stand the TV and movie skins. It's a military shooter, not a superhero simulator. The first time I saw Homelander in the game, finishing people with eye lasers, I was like, here we go with more bullcrap. This is exactly why old school gamers like myself said the game is crap. The microtransactions are ridiculous. Pay to win bundles for DMZ, glowing head and body characters, rappers and basketball players. Really? What the F is next? Autobots? We have Spawn characters now. Spawn is a 26-year-old movie. 26 years old. What the heck do any of these characters have to do in a military shooter, arcade or not? The game is supposed to be for adults, not kids. But we all know Squeakers have been playing since its inception. The game refuses to address the myriad of gameplay issues it has had and concentrates more on efforts to persuade kids to purchase these crappy bundles. The new Call of Duty comes out November 10th of this year, and the beta is going to be in probably like a week or two, you know, if you pre-purchase and all that kind of stuff. I can only imagine what that's going to be like. Will I buy it? Most likely, because I like to make videos. I admit it. The last Call of Duty I played before this was Advanced Warfare. That's just to tell you how long of a break I took when the bullshit originally started. I took a hiatus and focused on Destiny and Destiny 2 on my other channel. Check it out, because COD became as stupid as it's getting to be again. We'll see how the next one turns out, though. You know, I don't care what studio does what. They all have the same basic mandate from Activision. When the Microsoft buyout becomes a full reality and the ink dries, I'm hopeful some of this foolishness goes away. I don't expect it, but I will have a watchful eye on it. You know, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you grinding, or are you done, you know, or are you even playing MW2? At some point, this madness has to stop. I mean, we're all sitting around, you know, looking for something to do, you know, through the, you know, the seasons, the winter when it comes, and, you know, a good game that we can just harken back onto and dive into full-hearted, you know, and feel good while we're playing it and have a good time, actually enjoy the game while we're playing it, either solo or with your friends. You know, but the way gaming is going nowadays, you get half-ass iterations of what used to be really good games, and they're just playing off, you know, the name. You know, the brand name that used to be Call of Duty, you know, meant a lot. You know, people used to go out and stand in lines, you know, at GameStop, and just, you know, couldn't wait to get their hands on it, fly home, you know, after the midnight release, and just hop on with your buddies. You take the next day off, and you just have at it, and you're going at it for hours and hours until you fell asleep. When is the last time you played a Call of Duty game, or any of these new games for that matter, that made you feel that way? And I'm talking to the old school gamers here that know what COD was like before the CODs we have now. If you've been playing COD, you know, the last 2 or 3 CODs, and those are your first, you know, introductions to COD, you have no idea what COD used to be like. Not this shit that we have now. Anyway, you know, it's your time, and I thank you for sharing it with me. This is the state of COD today, the state of the game. Have a great day.
With you till the end.